Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And if you want to be a part of the next Tribal Tuesday, it is in September. We had some amazing results. I had the best group that I could have ever asked for the launch. It was truly amazing, and I really do believe that it's probably one of the best things I have ever done. Ever. So if you want to be a part of that, check out the link in the description box below. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. And I say us because, as many of you know, I am a moon sign Cancer. I'm very proud of that fact as well. So let's have a look at the destiny card for the week ahead. What is going on for you? And this week you get the Chariot. Bam, look at that. And do you know what's so funny as well? Just as I said the Chariot, I looked at the screen and it was at 111. Wow, right? This is going to be an amazing week for you guys. I really, truly believe that. What a way to close out Cancer season, right? So first things first. The Chariot card represents the sign of Cancer. It has Cancerian energy. Now, this card represents victory and success, but it usually represents victory and success over some aspect of ourselves, over some part of us that we have wrestled with for some time. This is about taking all aspects of self, the light and the dark, and finding a way to forge a path ahead in order to utilize those potent energies within yourself to make massive changes out in the world. It suggests winning. It suggests coming out on top. It suggests a victory or a success. And it's usually in response to something that is outside of us, right? So it could be an event. It could be a test. It could be an exam. It could be a job. You could have gone for a job interview, and this sees you getting the reward from that. Any effort that you've already sown, this suggests that you have put the work in, and this week you will see a physical, tangible result or a reward from it. This is going to be a very interesting week for all of us because we are, heading towards that lunar eclipse. Cancerians, whether it's sun, moon, or rising sign, always feel any transit with the moon more strongly because they're ruled by it, right? And this is a lunar eclipse, so it's going to be a very interesting week for sure. So let's have a look what this might relate to, what the direction is, or what the context might be. And this week you get bam, the Knight of Swords, right? So the only thing that I will caution against, because the Chariot card is a very quick card, it's a very fast energy. The Knight of Swords suggests kind of, I gotta be honest, it suggests this week you may be prone to, because you're going to be on fire, right? You will know things instantly. You will have a very, very powerful sense about everything this week. And you will know deep in your bones that the words that you are speaking are the truth. Now, the thing that I need to tell you about that is sometimes it's harder for people to forgive you for being right than it is for if you'd made a genuine mistake and you were wrong. Sometimes people aren't ready for the truth, which is why they haven't come to that conclusion yet. If they want to be self-deceptive or self-delusionary, that is up to them. But you can't charge in on your Knight of Swords with your sword and burst their bubble, because the chances are this week you will get no thanks for it. Right? You have a personal victory and a success. It does look like there's something coming your way, and it could be, something to do with a job offer. It could be a job, an offer of a collaboration of some kind. Certainly, for those of you that work in, in all fields of communication, right? The thing that I will say to you though, it does look like you're dealing with somebody that's not ready to come out of their bubble this week. And although you will be right, and you will do it, you'll do very, very well, you'll be successful at bursting that bubble for them, the chances are you won't get the thanks that you're hoping for. So I would approach things like that with a lot of caution this week. On another, on a brighter side of it, This card can represent things like opportunities when it comes to work, when it comes to furthering your reach, you know, so the things that you say or the way that you're received by people. If you work on or in media or social media, again, you could do very, very well this week. Just be sure to self-edit. Don't charge in. These are very, very fast cards. So there's something about this energy where it's like, even though you're speaking the truth, you might not get a warm reception for it, right? Do you know what I mean? It's that whole emperor has no clothes on thing. Everybody knows, everybody can see it, but some people might not necessarily be ready for somebody to point it out as yet. So just keep that in mind. And then your peek behind the scenes. This week you got the Wheel of Fortune, right? So when it comes to work, when it comes to all things clerical, administrative, going for jobs, going for applications, for those of you that are applying for things this week, you will do very, very well. The Wheel of Fortune suggests a blessing. It suggests that you've crossed the T's and dotted the I's in the right space. That's what I get from these cards. And what I will say to you is anything that you apply for at the moment, you will have great success or great rewards from. It just may not necessarily be the week where you're reaping those rewards. What I can tell you with the Chariot card though is there is a win. There's something here that sees you ahead. There's something that sees you having a victory or a success. And you know, so for those of you that are or have just come out of exam season and now waiting for results and whatnot, this is great. This looks very, very nice for you. But it's going to be an interesting week for sure. And you know, with the Wheel of Fortune there, it's ruled by Jupiter. And because it's your insight card, it does suggest that this week you will find it very hard not to speak the truth. And my advice to you is don't lie about anything at all. Maybe practice practice similarities to the elves. Elves can't speak lies, or rather they don't speak lies. What they are very, very talented at is dressing the truth up in a way that it will be received well, rather than just kind of blurting it out and having someone go you know. So just think about what you're saying this week, and more importantly how you're saying it, because like I said, even though you're speaking the truth, and you will be very astute this week, right? You're on point. The things that you're saying will cut very, very deep, and sometimes that's the truth of it. Sometimes when something cuts so close to the bone, people they don't respond well to it. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, for the most part, any of you that work in fields of counselling, coaching, healing of anything of that nature, this week you have that kind of power. This week you can go right into the root cause of something and say to somebody, right, this is what the truth is, this is what's really bothering you, this is how you can work with it, and this is how you can move beyond it. If you can utilize the skills in that way, it could be very, very healing for other people and also for yourself. I'm reminded of a line in the film Daredevil when when his friend says to him, you know, what happens to that amazing bullshit detector when it senses your own? So, you know, be sure to turn it inward as well as outward this week, and you will be going the right way. But if it's not too personal, let me know how it shapes up in the comments. Take care, and I will see you soon.